Hi everybody, it's Heppy here. Just wanted to do the vlog that I have been promising to those of you who I mentioned in another vlog that I have discovered something wonderful for constipation on the protocol. So I'm going to take some time here to go over this. This will be a good reference for those of you who may not be having this issue now. You may want to just put this vlog on hold and use the information if needed in the future, or if you're trying to find some help for someone else. I did 2 years ago, I did a vlog on constipation, and it currently has over 2,000 hits because it seems to be a topic of need. So here we go. This vlog that I did 2 years ago, the recommendation at the time that I had learned was to use magnesium citrate as your relief for constipation, especially on the HCG protocol. Since then, because of my connection with thewholejourney.com and Krista Orecchio, who is the one that has prescribed this Candida cleanse that I'm currently on, she highly recommends a product that I'll go ahead and share with you now, and then if you want more details you can continue listening. But the product is called Trifala, and I have been on this for 25 days now, and I have nothing but good things to say about it because it has been just very kind to me. So let's do a little bit of review. Dr. Simeons in his protocol says that it's not uncommon to go 4 days when you're on the HCG phase 2 protocol, to go 4 days without having a movement. So for those of you who are worrying, because it has been many days, your food intake is less, the kind of foods you're eating is less, you're utilizing more of the nutrients, and so there's less waste. But there are some problems. One of my rounds, I went 16 days without having a bowel movement, and I was getting a little concerned. So that's the reason why I've done some research in this. There's a few reasons why we have constipation, one of them being dehydration, another being toxins, pain or inflammation, stress, whether it's positive or negative. And positive in the meaning when you go on a flight, you go on a vacation, oftentimes just the stress of that can actually cause you to be constipated. How many of us get swollen and are inflamed when we travel? We as HCGers are pretty apt at drinking our water. There's a couple of rules of thumb regarding how much water you should drink. One of them being take your current body weight, divide it in half, and that's how many fluid ounces you should be drinking per day. So if you're a 200-pound person, then you should be drinking 100 ounces, which is a little bit less than a gallon. Krista Orecchio, on the other hand, says that you should be drinking 1 liter of water for every 50 pounds of weight that you are. So that would be, if you were 200 pounds, drinking 4 liters of water, which is quite a bit. So you decide on which one you're going to follow, but make sure that it's at least a good amount. Our bodies go through detoxification when we're on the HCG protocol. So we also go through an elimination process. So whatever, our bodies, if we're on a good circadian rhythm, meaning we get up when the sun comes up, and when the sun goes down we start to wind down, and we sleep during the night, our bodies are starting to do a lot of things that requires a lot of rest. But from the hours of 4 a.m. to noon, our bodies go through a detoxification and elimination process. I've always said that, we get up at 6, between 6 and 7, 8, whatever, but our bodies are still going through an elimination detoxification process, and I'm wondering sometimes why it is that Dr. Simeons doesn't have us eat too terribly much until the lunch hour. I know that the mainstream medical, nutritionists, television commercials, whatever you want to call them, suggest that the first thing you do is get up and eat. Your breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But there may be something to be said about the fact that we are still in an elimination process, and we may be halting that by putting food in our bodies. So that's something you might want to think about, food for thought. The mainstream medical professionals say that we may be constipated because of 3 factors: not enough water, not enough fiber, not enough essential fatty acids. So we work on the water pretty well. Fiber, that you get that from your fresh fruits and vegetables, but we may not be getting a lot of that on the HCG protocol. A nutritionist has come up with an acronym that's called CRAP, C-R-A-P, and that is reasons why we may be constipated. C is for coffee, R is for refined sugars and starches, A is for alcohol, and P is for processed foods. Any of those links that are in your diet, if you're drinking too much coffee, you can actually get constipated from that. Another nutritional professional says there are 9 variables why we may have this problem, and some of them make a lot of sense to me. We may have a lack of good bacteria, which is like your fermented foods, your yogurts, your sauerkraut that's not processed, your apple cider vinegar and whatnot. The other of the 9 is presence of bad bacteria. That would be candida yeast and parasites. And that is something that I am wrestling with right now. So I'm trying to get rid of all the candida in my system so that I don't have any issues. Dairy, fructose, gluten sensitivities, those are 3 possibilities why you may be having constipation. Improper chemistry, lack of digestive enzymes in your body. A lot of us have that. Medical doctors tend to prescribe Prilosec because we don't have enough, we have too much acid in digestion, and there's a high percentage of those people who are diagnosed with that prescribed medicine to stop the digestive enzymes when actually their issues is they don't have enough. So I have learned that over the years. Celiac disease may be one, and then finally food allergies. So there's a lot of reasons why our bodies may not be digesting the food properly, and our bodies may not be working properly, and so hence we have constipation. So what do HCGers do for constipation? A lot of us drink Smooth Move tea, or we take psyllium husk, or we take magnesium, as I said in my other vlog. Smooth Move tea is wonderful for most of us. There's a couple of us, like I think Fluffy No More, she took too much of it and it wreaked havoc on her, and a lot of people do suffer from that, and the reason is because it has an item called Senna, S-E-N-N-A. Senna is an irritation to the bowel, which causes you to eliminate. Not so good when you put it in those kind of words. Insoluble fiber is something like the skin of an apple. That is something that is like a scrub brush. So eating apples is really good for your system. So it kind of does the cleaning. It scrubs out the inside of your intestines. But we not only need just insoluble, but we need soluble fiber as well, which we get in fatty acids. However, on HCG, we can't have essential fatty acids. So we take things like psyllium husk powder, which is water soluble. It absorbs but what the problem is it absorbs 50 times its weight. So if you take a tablespoon of psyllium husk, that is going to bulk up to 3 cups of bulk in your system in volume. So the problem with that is that you're going to have a lot of water. the HCG besties a long time ago. One of the gals really raved about psyllium husk. That's how she kept regular, but she also had to drink 2 gallons of water per day. Magnesium, that was my vlog of 2 years ago, and I really touted the fact that what you do is you take a recommended dose of 400 to 800 milligrams per day, and you take twice a day, and one of those is at nighttime because it also helps you sleep. It's very relaxing, and for people who have insomnia. The problem is that you take it before bedtime, and you take it and then you increase your dose and increase your dose and increase your dose until you get too much, causing diarrhea, and then you back off a little bit, and then you know your perfect amount that you need to take during the HCG protocol in order to stay regular. The problem with that, as I have learned, is magnesium is a relaxant. So we need magnesium. Every cell in our body needs magnesium, and magnesium performs over 300 biochemical actions in our body, and most of us don't have enough magnesium. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't take it or that it's bad, but it is something that we need to be careful of. The problem is that the reason why it works as a anti-constipation mineral is because it relaxes your intestines so much that you eliminate. Do we really want to do that? I don't know. Do we want to relax our bowels so much that it just lets go of everything before it's actually processed all the way through? I don't know. So there are some different kinds of laxatives. One's being called a purgative, which is your Senna, which is the one that purges through your system and stimulates the peristaltic response to for your intestinal lining. And I see my time is really running fast, and that's why I need to really hurry. There's also lubricating bulk laxatives. They're like your intestinal broom, and that's your psyllium. Triphala, right here, Triphala is it's from India, and it's a mixture of herbs of 3 fruits, and it's blood purifying. It helps with vision problems. If you read about it, if you get on Google and you read about it, it's like a miracle mixture that they have come up with. And this is what Krista Orekia says to us about this, and it's a laxative, is that what it does is it moisturizes the intestines, and it heals the intestines, and all it does is positive, good things for you. And that's why I've switched over to this. So what have I noticed? Well, I just learned that this Triphala helps with progressive myopia, which is what my vision problem is. It's why I have to wear glasses. And right now I'm on my cleanse, and my glasses don't work anymore. So often I'll vlog without my glasses, but now I have them off most of the time because they don't work. So we're working on that. Is it because of this? Possibly. Is it because of my cleanse? Possibly. I don't know, but I'm just really excited about it. So I'm not going to tell you much more than this is a healing, nourishing product. I take 2 at every meal. Excuse me. I take 2 at every meal. And for the 25 days that I have been on a really strict protocol for my Candida yeast cleanse, I have had no issues whatsoever. None. There's just never been a problem. If you read about this, investigate it, get online, read some of the vlogs, the posts and the articles about it. It's amazing stuff. This is stuff that we should take on a daily basis. So I'm going to let you go because I think I have a limit of 15 minutes, but I wanted to do this really quick. I'm sorry it was fast, but I know that you can pause, you can stop it and go back. And please refer this to your friends, and consider getting this Triphala on your next round and try it and see what it does for you. If it does anything like what it did for me, you won't ever have an issue with constipation again. And just be careful of the Senna. All right? I love you guys. Take care. Bye.